So I am at Pottery Barn. I'm actually waiting on my mom. I need to return some pillows. Their pillows are too expensive because number one, you have to pay for the pillow cover plus the insert. The insert is only like $20, but the cover could be anywhere from like $50 to $70 to $100 or whatever. But anyway, I got the pillows. They do not work. One works. I really love it. I'll show you that when I get home. But yeah, I'm waiting on my mom. Also, Sephora is over here, so I think I'm gonna go to Sephora after Pottery Barn because I really want some more perfume. I got the Chanel Chance, the pink one. It smells so good. Like I said, girl, this stuff smells good. Now, I'm not one to like floral scents. I do not like floral. Like it, I don't like it. So if you have some nice perfume recommendations, drop them down in the comments below. Also, my favorite scent used to be Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I used to love this until Funky Dineva. Do you know him? If you don't, look him up. Funky Dineva was like, girl, don't nobody wear that. That's in CVS now. So ever since I saw his video where he said that, I threw it away. But I was like, this is the scent I really love. And so I'm glad I got Chanel Chance. But I do want a variety. Like I'm building my wardrobe back up. Like I told you in the previous vlog. That also includes perfume, shoes, handbags, all of that stuff. So yeah, so I'm just out enjoying the day. I worked out this morning. Then I ate maybe this much salmon. And then I ate watermelon, green and red grapes. I could not eat as much as I normally do. I was looking over because this woman looked like she don't know what she doing. I hope she don't hit my car in the name of Jesus. But so yeah, I fixed a plate, a big plate of fruit like I normally would before I really started cutting back on what I eat and working out. But I only got through maybe a quarter of it. Like I was so full. So I'm glad about that. I ain't need a full plate anyway. I mean, if I did, it was okay because it was just fruit. But I don't want to just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat some more like I did yesterday. Like I kept eating. I wasn't hungry, but I had cooked the salmon. I cooked it in the oven. It was good, so I kept eating that. I didn't eat a full piece. I maybe ate like 3/4 of a piece of salmon. And then I kept eating fruit. And then I ate some reduced fat string cheese when I wasn't hungry. I know those things were healthy, but it's like I wasn't hungry. And so I'm really working on not eating when I'm not hungry. I know my trunk has a lot. My son's book bag, ramen, miscellaneous car stuff, paper towel I need to take back, and here are the pillows. I love Pottery Barn, by the way. This is the one I have at home that I really love. It's so cute. Okay, I'm about to go into Sephora. I spent a lot of time in Pottery Barn. It started getting hot in there. And then the shirt I have on is like thick. But I'm eating grapes because I'm losing weight, and sometimes when I just feel like eating, I just have to choose something healthy. Like I'm not hungry, but I just feel like I want a sub right now. Like I just want a sandwich and some chips. Ugh. And a sweet tea, but I know I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? And then tomorrow I'm taking my employee at work out to lunch. Don't know where we're going or what we're gonna get, but I don't know. I said all that to say that I'm just eating healthy, and healthy food is good. Like I like whole wheat bread. I like I love water. But sometimes we just choose unhealthy out of habit. So I'm really working on doing better. My son actually packed this. I already been diving into it. It's green grapes, red grapes, watermelon. I already tore the watermelon up. Like, I love me some watermelon. Okay? Watermelon and potatoes. Like, I could go on a watermelon, potato, and water diet. Those three things I really love. And I'm gonna make a baked potato for dinner tonight. But anyway, let's go into Sephora. This little tripod is a little flimsy, so if you see my the camera move, is because the dang thing done fell. But it was only $5, so whatever. And there's Lululemon. I've never been in there. I've never been in Sephora either, actually. Is this?
So we have
I don't really like the way this smells. It's kind of too strong for me. I like light, fresh, fruity scents that aren't too strong.
yeah, for women we do have.
It's my fave, but they said we don't wear that anymore. I think I like Prada candy. I don't know. I may get this, but in a smaller bottle. This one, I may get this. Okay, let's see what I got. If I can get the car open. Okay. It is hot. Let me turn on the AC. So I got minis because I got minis. I like this one. Good girl, Carolina Herrera. I would have gotten the rollerball one, but I don't know why I picked this one. And then this one, the Burberry Her. I got that. So I'm glad. I'm building my collection. I'm going to go get something to eat because why not? Okay, so I done left Sephora. Isn't this the cutest little bag? I've never been in Sephora before. But, so anyway, I was walking in the line and I saw this girl standing behind another girl and she took a picture of the girl from behind. I don't like that. I started to call her out. I was like, did you just take a picture of her? I started to do that. I think that's really weird. Like, you don't do that. I think that's really creepy. That's another reason why I kind of wish we could ban smartphones, or not smartphones, but like ban people record. I don't like that. And I was like, God, I need you to handle that because I don't want to step into something if I'm not supposed to. But anyway, let's go. All right, so I'm back home. I ended up eating, what did I eat? I ate some fruit. I ate more watermelon, red and green grapes. Oh, and I made a hash brown. I did not deep fry it. It's like this size. Maybe not this size, maybe this size. I ate that. And of course, some water. But I want to talk to you about that time I felt I was actually going to commit the S word. I do not want to share this because I was in a very dark place then, but God told me to do it, so that's the only reason I'm doing it. But my son is 12 now, but right before I found out I was pregnant, my mood was beginning to be all over the place. I used to talk like, oh, maybe if I do this to harm myself. And I would tell my friend Vanessa, and she was like, your emotions are all over the place. Are you pregnant? Fast forward, I was pregnant, and my mood and my emotions were crazy like the entire time. And it got worse after I had my son. So I had an emergency C-section because every time I had a contraction, my son's heart rate lowered significantly to the point where sometimes it would stop. So I had to have an emergency C-section. With that being said, my incision came open, and so a home health nurse had to pack it. Like, she would stick that in me, some type of packing stuff. She would stick it in me, and then when she would come back, she would take it out. Like, I could feel it being pulled out, and she would pack it until the incision was fully healed. It was like the most awful thing. Like, my mom would even come over and be like, why don't you open the blinds? Like, I literally just laid in bed. So fast forward a couple of years, was still feeling depressed, still going through postpartum depression. I read that it lasts up to a year. Well, baby, mine lasted about a decade or more. But I remember laying in bed one day, and I went to the kitchen. I got a bunch of medicine, a bunch of like ibuprofen or something. Had it in my hand, went to lay down in my bed, and I had it in my hand, and I was like, God, if you don't want me to do this, can you stop me? I didn't want to do it, but I just wanted to escape the pain. What pain? I don't know what pain I was feeling. It was just the depression, I guess. So I don't know if it was any specific event that, you know, triggered me to get like that. I don't know. But I just was like, God, if this is something you don't want me to do, can you stop me? And I immediately heard my son laugh in the other room. And you know, like, if you're a parent, a mom, your kids laugh is like the cutest, like the best sounding thing in the whole world. And so at that moment, I was like, I can't do this. I can't take myself away from my son. Hindsight was like, girl, you probably weren't gonna go into nothing but a deep sleep with what you thought you was gonna do. But so I was really depressed. That's why I gained a lot of weight. I told you in my last vlog, I got up to 273. I would lay in bed all the time. I did not brush my teeth or take care of, like, I didn't do anything. I did what I needed to do for my son, and that was it. If it didn't concern him, I didn't really, you know, take care of myself. It was very hard because whenever I would get up to try to fix myself something to eat, he would wake up or start crying. So I don't know. I just remember it being very difficult. I was very delirious at that time. I felt delirious at that time, but I just didn't take care of myself. And to top it off, I was broke. And that's a reason why I always say, I'm not going to force my son to go to college. If you don't want to go to college, you don't have to go to college. I went to college, got 2 degrees. I got a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and a Master of Business Administration. Did it do anything? No. I feel like certain careers, you do need additional training or degree, but I didn't need mine. I feel like I didn't need it. Because what do you go to school for? To make the maximum amount of money you can. I'm not interested in climbing anybody's corporate ladder because I'm just not. I don't care to climb another company's corporate ladder. That's not what I want to do. But so yeah, I was broke. Like, I used to be so broke where I remember coming home, I fixed myself a sandwich with like the end pieces of the bread. And you know that's bad. Not like the very end, but like one closest to the end, so it was still hard. So I remember just putting some mayo on the bread, and I think maybe I had 2 slices of turkey. I did that because all I had in my account was like $2.67. And I looked in my pantry, and the only thing I had in there was a can of corn. And my son loved corn, so that was good. But as a mom, I was like, this is all I have. Like, it broke my heart because I'm like, I don't even have money to feed my son. But hindsight, now that I look back, thank God that God had in my pantry exactly what I needed to feed my son. My car was out for repossession at one point. My lights got shut off. Like, they kept sending me notices that they were going to disconnect my lights, but I was just like, I don't have the money. I pushed it to the side. And so one day we got home and I tried to turn on the lights and it wouldn't turn on. And I just broke down in tears because I was like, oh, they really turn off your lights. Like, this isn't something that you see on TV. This is real life. So I just broke down in tears because I'm like, I don't have any money. And also during that time, I would learn that you could get deferments on your car payments. Like, you could make payment arrangements with credit cards and different bills you owe because I didn't have money to pay it. So I had to call and see if they could work with me. So we didn't have the lights. We went to my mom's house. She was like, how much are your lights? And I'm just kind of like crying. Like, well, it costs this, but this is the fee. And then this. And so when I got to her house, I was laying on the bed. Excuse me. She like kind of like not threw it at me, but like here. She threw 3 $100 bills so I could pay my light bill. And I was grateful. And I tried to see the good in things. Like, even if things seem like all over the place, I still try to be like, I still try to see like the good. So even though my lights were cut off, God still made a way for me to get them paid. And come to find out, my stepdad gave her the money and was like, here, tell Nicole to get her lights cut back on. So that just like, that was so sweet to me. And I look back and I'm like, how come I just didn't go to my parents and ask for it for anything? I guess that was just the state of depression I was in. Like, I don't know that it ever crossed my mind to go ask. Or maybe it's because my mom always taught me to be independent. My grandma was, my mom is, I'm very independent. But it just didn't cross my mind to ask anybody because I just was like, I got to work and grind on my own. If I can't do it, then I just won't have it. That's what I thought. Yeah, it was just a very horrible time for me. And even with the thoughts to commit the S word, I had those thoughts like over the years, like more than once, like a lot, to the point where I was like, God, are you trying to take me out of here? Do you need me to help you? Because I feel like I'm going through a baby hell. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you need my help? And it wasn't until maybe a year or so ago, I was sitting on the toilet and I had this thought, what if you just do this? Then I had this other thought, what if you don't go to heaven? I was like, oh, no, because I really don't cuss. But I was like, oh, we ain't doing that because I already feel like I go through a little baby hell here on earth. Ain't no way I'm spending all of eternity down there. I got to spend it with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, I was like, what if I don't? I was like, that can't happen. So I'm still in therapy. I've been in therapy for maybe like 3 years now. It's the best thing like one of the best decisions I've ever made. My ex used to always tell me, you need help, you need help. And the way he said it, I felt offended. Like I'm crazy, like he used to talk about me. So I was just like, it's nothing wrong with me. It absolutely was. That's why now when I meet people and I can clearly see they need therapy, I let them know. And I tell them, like, hey, I'm in it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. This is how it's helped me. Because why continue to sit there and suffer? And it was a meme I saw that a lot of times we're in therapy for people who refuse to get therapy. And I know I've had some like emergency therapy sessions because other people done got on my nerves. And I'm like, ain't no way I'm going to keep spending $150 per session because of somebody else and what they did. I need my money too. So I tell people, like, you need to get some help or you need to stay away from me. That's what, like, I'm not built and equipped and anointed. That ain't my assignment to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, you need to get help from a professional, somebody that can help you. Because I can't help you. I don't want to help you. I got my own stuff. Not I don't want to help you. I can't like carry your load. Like I'm very empathetic. I take on other people's feelings. Like I can't do it. I'm not anointed for this. But those professional therapists are. So you need to go do what you need to do for yourself because I can't do it. So therapy is not a bad thing. It's actually life-changing. If you actually use the techniques and the tools that they give you. I remember I kept going to my therapist like, God, why God won't help me? And God, and I want him to help me. And I just won't help me. And she was like, he is helping you, but you have to do what he says. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like at that moment, it was like the turning point. And back to when I was like deep down in depression, I lost like friends because I didn't reach out to them. If they reached out to me, I didn't reach back out. I guess it was like I guess I could describe it as like the Twilight Zone. Like it's a lot of stuff my mom told me happened, you know, over the course of the last decade. I'm like, I don't remember that. You know, I guess it was too traumatic for me and I just blocked it out. Like I don't remember. And so I do miss some friends that I wish I could reconnect with. Like Brandon and Vanessa, like I love them still, even though we're not close anymore. But I do miss them. And one thing I can say, my friend, my best friend, like my homie like this, like he knew I was going to call him crying every single day. Every day he knew I was going to start crying. But he answered the phone anyway. And I always was like, no matter what I told you about me, no matter what I did, no matter how much I cried, no matter how much I acted crazy, no matter how weird I was, you were just like, I love you anyway. I love you anyway. I don't care about that. I love you anyway. And so I know that was God. Like God told me, yeah, I love you anyway. That was my love coming through him. I love you anyway. No matter what you do, say, no matter what state you're in, I love you anyway. And so I'm just so grateful that I'm not in that space anymore. But anyway, I mentioned my teeth. I keep mentioning my teeth because I need to get my teeth done, okay? Look, before I go out, and I know I'm going to be around people, I be brushing. I be scraping the crap out of my tongue. Scrape it so much my mouth be getting dry. Got the TheraBreath, got gum, mints, everything in the car. I be, okay. Like, I went and met up with LaToya the other day. We went out to eat. LaToya Forever. I know a lot of my new subies? We're just going to say subscribers because I don't know. Came over from Hunty's channel. And so, at first, I was like, I cannot take this gum out of my mouth. But these chips and salsa, oh, it was good. I did not eat that much. She was like, girl, you're not going to eat? And I was like, yeah. But anyway, I had to spit the gum out. But as soon as I was done eating, baby, reached down in that wallet on the chain, grabbed me a piece of gum, and got back to chewing. Because I was like, I know I had, well, ain't nobody ever told me, like, girl, yo, you need some gum. Ain't nobody ever said that, but I'm so subconscious. And I know I need to go to the dentist. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, it's just so stressful because my son is going to get braces, but he needs for his teeth pulled first. That way he can have like that picture perfect spot. $7,000. The thing going to be $7,000. 7. SEVEN. Something. 7,000. And so, of course, I'm going to get his fixed because he's insecure about his smile. One of his teeth are, I push back, and he has overcrowding. So I'm going to focus on him first. But as soon as I get him taken care of, baby, guess who's going to be in the dentist's office? The orthodontist. The teeth whitening place. Me, Nicole. So, yeah, I'm telling you this story because God told me to, and because I know a lot of times people judge other people not even knowing the backstory. Like, people can judge, like, because I've heard people say before, ooh, they need to get their TV. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their money look like. Like, you don't know. So before you judge, pray for them if you pray to Jesus. You feel me? So yeah, I didn't want this to get like too, you know what I'm saying? Even though it is a very real situation about being depressed and, you know, about to commit the S word. And I want to say I was about to before another time, not just that one time, but I just thank God for delivering me and bringing me out of that space. It was a lot of hard work. Like, sometimes I still have to fight feeling depressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really is like sometimes it's like a day. It feels like a daily struggle. But yeah. So anyway, I am closing out the vlog today because in the past few couple of vlogs, I would just end it. You'd be like, well, what happened? I thought it was more, girl. Oh, subscribe to my Instagram. Not subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Nicole Jackson Official. Subscribe here. If you made it to the end, you may as well subscribe. Why? Are you just being nosy and you just want to see what I'm talking about? Just subscribe and like. That's one way I feel like you can support people. You may not buy their products or whatever, but just like it. Just like, just follow, just subscribe. Just do that for me, please. So anyway, I appreciate you. My next vlog, I'm gonna tell you about the experience when I met up with Latoya, her boo Slick, and her assistant Shanae. It was fun. That's gonna be next week in the next vlog. I have a little bit of footage from it. We had a good time, but yeah. So anyway, I'll talk to you later.